as we go into your digital marketing and your marketing plans and all these different things that come to your business, I'm a big believer that status sells. What do I mean by that? If I asked you right now, who's the first plumber you think about, the first electrician, the first real estate agent, the first title person, immediately one or two names comes up. Guys, our brains only have room for one or two people, and that's status. And I want you to have that status in your industry. When you're really good at what you do and you're world class, it's on you to go out there and get more attention for your business. And money follows two things, attention and activity. The number one challenge for small business owners is overcoming obscurity. What does it mean to be obscure? Not enough people know who you are. It's not that you're not really good at what you do. It's that not enough people know it right now. So to me, that's why status sells when it comes to you and your business. How do I measure my status then? I measure my status by incoming demand. How many people are calling me for my time and my energy and my expertise and my resources? If the answer is zero, this is a hard conversation to have with yourself. If nobody's calling you on a weekly basis, it means we don't have a status. It means our business isn't very attractive right now. Now, here's the good news is we can always become more attractive. To attract other people, we must become more attractive. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. So for our friends that are brand new, you probably don't have a status. You probably don't have incoming demand. When I first launched my business in Colorado, I didn't know a single person. Everything was outbound versus inbound. And so I understood that. So that's why we build in that influencer marketing strategy to help you go out there and get more attention through your showcase events, through your database blasts, through your marketing events, through all these different activities, because status sells. One of the biggest stats that I've learned when it comes to status sales, when it comes to your marketing, is that people use the first person they talk to 67% of the time. Guys, this is marketing 101. Once we understand this stat, it's on us to go out there and get more attention. It's on us to attract the right people through our filter. It's on us to go out there and really leverage all these different resources that we have. Here's the challenge. We have more resources than ever before to stand out through. But I do believe that they're all very important. That's why we're putting together this marketing package for you to really figure out what works best for you in your present situation, because people use the first person to talk to 67% of the time. That means we need to get in front of the right people at the right time to attract that business to us. For you and your business, I'm a big believer that money follows attention. You know, having coached thousands of people all over the country, all over the world, what I've realized is most don't have an action plan, a marketing plan to go out there and get in front of the right people to attract more business to them. My favorite quote is by Jim Rohn: to attract other people, we must become more attractive. And here's the good news is we always have ways to become more attractive to the market. And when I first launched my business, I put together a business plan and a sales plan and a marketing plan. And I was actually more confused than ever before. And then I forgot, and I had to remind myself, dude, you already have all these different things. You have a world-class opportunity statement. Once you've packaged up what you believe, with why you believe it, with how you do it differently, with who you've done it for, it falls on you to go out there and market that thing everywhere. Get it in front of the right people at the right time. The second part when it comes to getting more attention is understanding that you need to get proximity to prosper. There are certain movers and shakers and community influencers and leaders that you need to get around and events that you need to attend. And once you start getting on the inside of that action, your life and your business will continue to become a whole lot easier and grow. The third part is become a person of influence yourself. Nobody said business has to be boring. I'm giving you permission to go do the things that you enjoy with the people that you enjoy doing them with. And from there, you're going to attract the right people because of that process. The fourth part then, and we talked about status sells, but you still have to be incredibly good at what you do. You got to have the style and the substance. I call that the sizzle and the steak. There's nothing worse than when a steak comes out for you at the dinner table. It looks good. The butter's oozing off of it. It has all the toppings and the sides. You cut into it, and it's not very good. So it's not enough just to have status. It's not enough just to have style, but you have to be incredibly good at what you do. That's the substance behind it. And we have an entire entrepreneurial evaluation that we walk you through, the 10 ingredients of a person of influence. And guys, the last part is understand this, the mindset. Why do we want to become a person of interest or a person of influence? Why do we want to become that first conversation? People use the first person they talk to 67% of the time. It's for this one reason alone. You're good at what you do. You can help people with what you do. So I tell the Mother Teresa story right here. When Mother Teresa was first getting sick, she was down in Tijuana, Mexico. They transferred her to La Jolla, California. Now, typically when you go to the doctor, who's the person of interest? We all like to think we are. The reality is you're there to see the doctor. All right. So we're not the person of interest, the doctor is. When Mother Teresa goes to a hospital, who's the person of interest? Mother Teresa is the person of interest. And so she had doctors lined up outside the door. I want to be the one that nurtures Mother Teresa back to health. And here's what she said. If I die, I die. I'm refusing treatment. We have people down in Mexico that need your help. I'm going to have a volunteer sign up sheet outside my door. And the first 25 people that sign up, I'm now going to give you some kind of special treatment because of that process. So guys, you can see how you can use your person of influence, your person of interest score to go out there and impact more people. So I think of status, I think of impact. When I can elevate my status and become better known, just like we're trying to grow this world-class training platform and get in front of more and more people because I know I can help more people with my services. I know I'm good at what I do. And so when we go at it with the purpose and the passion and we stay focused on the right energy behind why we're doing it, good things will happen for us as we go out there and build our status through our marketing. So I talk about the opportunity statement again during your marketing plan because, guys, this is your message. At the end of the day, when I went out and bought all these different books about marketing and sales and business planning, I forgot that my core message is this opportunity statement. And so I worked really hard to figure out what are my core values? What is my story? How I help people, how I do it differently, who I've done it for, and then learning how to ask for the business. I promise you, this is all you will ever need in any first conversation. This is all you'll ever need when it comes to building out your website. So if we backtracked all the way to the very beginning of our opportunity statement, part number 1 is what do you believe? At the end of the day, that's your core values. Now, where do those core values come from? It comes from part number 2, which is why you believe it, which is your story. How do you package your story? How do you tell your story in a way that's compelling to other people? And think about this. We've been telling stories since the start of time. We've been writing hieroglyphics on walls and all that kind of stuff. Guys, to sell and to tell stories is human. So what you believe are your core values. Where those beliefs come from is your story. Part number 3 now is where you actually, this is how I help people. Part number 4 is how you do it differently. I talk about your free prize here. Have you done the heavy lifting to really figure out what your free prize is? What do I get in addition to from you that I can't get from anyone else? And the free prize concept comes from Seth Godin. When you open up a box of Cracker Jacks, what do you get? You get some kind of free prize inside. To me, you are that free prize. It's either you individually or your services. There's something I get from you that I can't get from anyone else, and you got to truly believe that in your heart of hearts. For our Shark Tank fans out there, when you watch Shark Tank, one of the common questions they always ask, is it proprietary? That's what I'm asking you right now. Is your services, is there something I get from you that I can't get from anyone else? If it's duplicatable, then why do I really need you? That's the question when it comes to this commodity trap that most people fall into. Part number 5 then is that social proof. And how important is social proof today? One of the first things that we all do if we're going to use a service that we don't know anything about is we Google it or we ask our friends about it. We post about it on social media. That's social proof. And when you ask people on social media about it, what are you expecting? You're expecting to get replies from people that you know, like, and trust. And therefore, if they're referring that person, then they're probably good at what they do. So it's the same thing for your business, testimonials, reviews, building a database of like-minded people that really believe what you believe and why you believe it. And they're focused on impact. And then the last part is that call to action. We often get what we want in life by simply asking for it. Not enough people ask for the business, even in the first conversation. If I could help you like I helped all these other people, what would stop us from getting started? If that's too aggressive for you, I ask people out of all the things that I just said, my beliefs and my story and my core values and my proprietary systems and my testimonials, what piqued your interest the most? And then I'll shut up and I'll listen. So going all the way back into habit number 1, which is your opportunity statement. You've worked hard to package this together. Now we can distribute this on your website, on videos, on your business cards, on your one sheets, and all the different places that Alex is walking you through when it comes to your digital marketing and your social marketing. As we work through the final system of these 5 systems, I want you to work through the Entrepreneur Training Program. And what I mean by that is there's certain exercises I want you to really think about with your business. Number 1 is measure your status. How much incoming demand do you have for your time and your energy and your expertise? If the answer is very little or none, how do we become more attractive for other people? That's through your daily marketing activities and exercises. And we've given you a lot of those different things that you could or should be doing on a daily basis to become more attractive to other people. I'm a big believer that money follows attention and activity. I'm also a big believer in our entrepreneur evaluation. So there's 10 ingredients that I believe world-class entrepreneurs have to become persons of interest or persons of influence. So if you're struggling to really figure out, do you have status? Go through our entrepreneur evaluation, go through those 10 different ingredients and start to break down certain areas that you can get better at. So that way you become a person of interest. People use the first person they talk to 67% of the time. It's your obligation to go out there and get more attention for your business. It's not your company's. It's not your significant others. This falls solely on you to go out there and get more attention for your brand and your business.